Good morning. Have a cat butt. Robbie has appeared in past videos, and apparently she's decided she is the star of this channel now, and to be honest, that's not necessarily a bad thing, so I guess enjoy her as long as she decides to stick around. I look like I was hit by a bus because it's very early in the morning and I only just woke up. But upon waking up, I had the brilliant idea to do something similar to a catch-up video, just let you guys know how my life's been going and everything, as well as kind of a day in my life. But of course, it can't be that simple. It can't be a day in my life. It's going to be like the next 3 days in my life. And the reason I'm doing this is that I just wrapped up a big Comic-Con over the past weekend, and every time I go to an event where I'm selling my art, I have a lot of people asking me questions, not only about the art and stuff, but about the process, about how long things take, why they take that long, and things like just, what is a day in the life of someone who creates art for a living actually like? And what's funny is I'm like, well, honestly, it just depends on what's going on at the time. It depends on what's going on. It depends on if there's anything like holidays coming up, which there are very soon, next weekend. So I went from Comic-Con weekend to 1 week of getting work done to another weekend where I have to travel for a holiday I don't even celebrate. So yeah, it is busy right now. Plus the fact that a lot of people who see me at events know that I'm in a wheelchair. So I'm already down here looking like a crackhead because I'm about to start how I begin my day as an artist. I call myself an artist for hire. You can call yourself a professional artist, a full-time artist, whatever you want. Basically, someone who makes art all day, gets paid, and pays their bills off of that. That's me. So I always start my morning slow unless I am about to go to an event, and even then. So for example, for the Comic-Con, we had to have asses in the seats of the car by like 7:45. If we didn't have them in that early, then people are going to show up and they can mess with your shit, because although we haven't had that happen at this Comic-Con this year, there has been a rash lately of people at mid and large size Comic-Cons who are like, yeah, in the morning when it's only the staff members there, I go in to find that half my shit is missing and suspiciously no one knows what's going on. So I just prefer to get there really early and make sure that all of my stuff is safe and left alone, which it generally is. We also cover our stuff up every night. So even during Comic-Con, when I'm exhausted and barely getting any sleep. One of the days I didn't sleep at all the whole night because my brain decided it wasn't going to shut off that night. I still give myself at least a solid hour in the morning where I'm like, everyone leave me alone. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to watch the news or something, or YouTube. I'm going to have my cup of coffee, and it's basically everyone leave me alone until the cup of coffee has been fully drained. And after I'm done with my coffee, that's when the day begins. A lot of people don't understand it. They don't understand why I choose to do that. They're like, you're gonna be more tired if you're just, sitting there really early, like way earlier than you needed to wake up, just chilling. And I'm like, actually, no. I have discovered throughout the years something about my body personally and my chronic pain and health issues that I have. And that is that if I just do a very snail-paced morning where all I do is sit on my ass for like 2 hours, drinking coffee and relaxing, I will have less pain the rest of the day. I will suffer less the rest of the day. It's just the easiest way for me to combat that stuff without needing to down a whole bunch of drugs. So that's what we're doing. And once I'm done with my lovely coffee and my Lisa Parker mug, it's my favorite mug that I own. I'm a little bit of a mug collector and I want to get more of her stuff. I will take you up to my office and I will go through everything I have to complete today and the rest of the week leading up to Sunday, as well as my upcoming summer projects. Oh! Oh my god. Okay. Alright, so when I'm filming this video, it is the beginning of April, which means it's pretty much tax time right now. I did my personal taxes a while back, but now I'm working on the business taxes. This is a side of this line of work a lot of people are not prepared for because nobody talks about it. So if you want to be a full-time artist, it is very likely you are going to have to set yourself up as either a sole proprietor or an LLC for a couple of reasons. One being that if you want to do things like Comic-Cons and craft shows and even selling on some places online, places similar to like Redbubble and Etsy, that kind of thing, a lot of them ask you for a tax ID. It's just something they need for their own taxes so they don't get in trouble in the future, and it's a good idea to have it for yourself. Another reason that you might want to do something like this is because you have no way of knowing how well your business is going to do. You're going to have some events or some years where you make next to nothing, and then you're going to have an absolutely explosive year, which is what happened with 2022 for the small business that I am a part of, which looks great on paper. It's of course exciting to go through your numbers and go, wow, I can support myself off of this now. This is amazing. I've worked so hard for this. But trying to do the taxes is a pain in the ass. One reason is because I was using QuickBooks. I was using QuickBooks because QuickBooks is a software that I am familiar with. It is what I used to help my dad with his small business the entire time I was doing stuff in the office for him. So it was just going to be easy. And the first couple years of using it, everything was fine. Nothing went wrong. It was easy to figure out what like the profit and loss summary was. It was easy to figure out everything that I needed to know. It came with its own little credit card scanner, which is great. Make sure that if you're going to do in-person events, you have one of those. Super important. Everything was so easy. And for some reason, in the middle of last year, they switched up their entire platform. Everything looks completely different. I'm still trying to get used to where things even are in the website now and how to use it. Just trying to find one thing for my taxes right now has been an absolute ordeal. So when you're filing taxes for your business, they're gonna ask you for your full gross income for that business, which means you have to have every single penny that was brought in total by the business, not just your profits, like every penny that you earned through the business before anything got taken out for like bills to pay or whatever you need to do for it, taxes, all that jazz. Which should be easy. You should have that calculation somewhere in your platform. But of course, because QuickBooks changed all of their shit, I can't find it. So I have a couple of options right now. One is I need to try to get a hold of a lovely human and have them direct me to where on the website it is now, or I'm going to have to go through the entire year of 2022 and hand calculate every single transaction, which I'm desperately hoping I don't have to do because I'm at the tail end of taxes. Every year, though, when you have a business like this, something like this is going to happen. If you don't think that you're going to be able to handle it, if this is going to be like too much, it's going to stress you out, it's going to upset you, I would highly suggest having someone in your life that you can trust with this information. Because remember, they're going to find out every penny that you earn and every penny that you spend for your business. Find someone you trust to help you with it. I happen to just be that person you trust that helps with it, and I can handle this. I'm just annoyed as hell right now because I can't start working on art today until the taxes are finished, because I know with everything coming up in the near future, if I don't finish it today, I'm gonna forget to finish it, and then I'm gonna need an extension. And I don't like doing extensions unless I have absolutely no other choice, because you just keep putting it off and putting it off. But yeah, a side of this business that a lot of people don't talk about that's really fucking annoying. Guess who's back and trying to eat my microphone cord? Oh, she just hit her head so hard. All right, the lighting over there was absolute ass cheek. So I'm gonna go ahead and film this part of the video from the floor. As you can see, I actually managed to find a couple moments to myself between amazing, spectacular, oh so fun tax stuff to take a shower and take care of my hair. So we've done that, we've done our skincare, we've done our self-care for the day, all good to go. I finally figured out the most effective way to do the business taxes. I'm still in the process of that right now, but I'm taking a little bit of a break. My goal is to have them completed tonight though, if at all possible, because I just want to be done with them already. And other updates. I am probably about 97% finished with the flat coloring of the characters of a commission that I'm currently working on. So I sent the update to that person. What I typically do with my art commissions, I have a process. So I talk to the person who wants the commission, and the first thing I do is I tell them, I need you to do me one huge favor, and if you do it, I can promise you this will be everything you want and then some. I need you to be painfully specific with me about what these characters look like. So I am basically blind without my contacts or my glasses, and that's not like a nasty ableist joke. Like, I legitimately mean it. There was a point in time where I didn't have contacts yet and my glasses broke and I literally had to be led around because all I can see is blurry colors. It is that fucking bad. I don't have my glasses in here, but they are thick boys. This is them. Look at the state of that. Like I said, I'm not kidding. I can't see without them. So what I tell them is, I need you to explain to me every detail of your characters as though I am blind. Because before I started phrasing it that way, they would tell me something like, oh, the character has pink hair and she likes to wear a lot of orange colored clothing and she's a fairy and she lives in a hollowed out tree, kind of like Winnie the Pooh, and that's all I'd get. And at first, hearing that, you're like, oh, that's a pretty good description. Not when you're drawing it from scratch and it's someone's OC. This, being an OC means that, for the most part, unless this person happens to also be an artist who just kind of likes your style too, it means this character only exists in their head. There is no reference material for it whatsoever. And most artists will tell you that's kind of the hardest thing in the world to draw, something with absolutely zero references in existence, because you're just kind of winging it. So I sat there for 2 entire days going through every single detail with a fine-tooth comb that this girl had. She has 2 OCs that I'm putting into this piece, and she wants them posed in a specific way, doing a specific activity, which is all fine. I got very lucky. She understood exactly what I meant. She told me hair texture, hair length, hair color, exactly the style of clothing they're wearing, what colors they are, what activities she wants them to do. And I was like, yes, finally! So after that initial talk is done, I will generally do some pencil sketches, but not of the actual commission yet. It's something closer to a character sheet, just the pencil sketches. I do that because I want to make sure I have every angle of this character down pat in case I sketch them out facing forward and they're like, no, I want them to be looking like this or something. Then I have the person proof those pencil sketches. If they are 100% happy with them, I move on to the inking and flat coloring. Same thing, send them the flat coloring, see if they're okay with how the colors are looking. Then I actually pose the models, make sure they're okay with the pose, and then I'm able to finish the final product. So right now, I'm at about the halfway point with this commission, which is good. I'm desperately trying to get it done before Easter, but I don't know if I will or not. It's just something I'm trying to do. Like I said at the beginning of this video, one of the difficult things about this being your full-time job is a lot of people think, oh, it's so easy. You just get to sit in a room all day long, relaxing with your milkshake and stuff, just drawing away until it's time for bed, and that's so easy. It's not easy. Like I said, most of what you're drawing is in someone else's head, so there's a lot of trial and error involved in it. Not to mention, if you're smart, it isn't the only project you're currently working on. Right now, I'm currently working on an entire graphic novel, doing the inking and the coloring and shading for it, as well as a lot of the backgrounds. I'm working on this commission. I am working on revamping the website for our small business to include more things like the online classes that we're offering now. I'm helping with like 3 different art classes, plus getting ready for various conventions over the summer. There's a lot that I'm doing at the same time, and then along with that is anything in your personal life that you're trying to get done as well, like this YouTube channel. It's very hard to keep up with a YouTube channel when that much shit is going on in your life. But if this person gets back to me today and looks at the proof, is happy with it, I'll show you what it is that I am currently working on right now for this person. It's the next day. I ended up running out of time yesterday. I had to do so much weird bullshit with the company taxes that, I don't even want to get into it, but it's over now. They're filed. Everything's done and good. Yay. And this is one of my commissions. Generally, I would have done a screen recording, so it's a little bit better quality, but like I said, I'm tired. So there's one. And there's the other. Obviously, neither of them is finished yet. They still need to get shaded and highlighted and have backgrounds, but that's at least some progress so far. All right, I'm back downstairs. I'm planning on just relaxing for the remainder of the night because I got a lot done up there today. I'm going to be streaming on my Twitch tonight just to do some stress relief and relax and stuff. And I've been doing something new lately, so usually I do some kind of, a shadow there, some kind of game on my PS5 and just talk about like the character development, the plot development, all that cool stuff, story elements and stuff. But lately, my entire life is being consumed by Welcome Home. I am aware of previous ARGs. I think pretty much everyone at this point is aware of at least some of them, but I'd never wanted to actively participate in one until Welcome Home. It's just so well done, and the fact that it was done by only one person is absolutely spectacular. Like, they did the art as far as I know, they did the design of the website, the mystery itself, everything, and it is just so cool. It's super, super well done, like I said. So I think I'm going to be doing more of that tonight. I have a book of notes on what I want to discuss about it, and I'm sure you're noticing my weird face right now. The other thing I was doing was I was sitting here earlier today thinking about the fact that when I was a teenager and in my early 20s, I used to just slather myself in foundation and concealer because that's just what was done at the time. Like, I didn't have anyone that I lived with that was interested in makeup, so I couldn't really ask advice of anyone in my household. So I would ask people at school, and they were just like, oh yeah, you just put on a shit ton of foundation, a shit ton of concealer, and then you do your eyeshadow and your lipstick. So that's what I did. But in hindsight, now that I have been an adult for quite a while, I'm realizing that was a terrible idea for me because by the time I was like 25, I was like, my skin is just irritated all the time. Like, foundation was just destroying it. So I just stopped wearing foundation in my like early to mid 20s, and I've never worn it again because it was bothering my skin so much and drying it out, and I'd have to do all this repair stuff to it and stuff. It just wasn't worth it. And what was funny is, like I said, I just kind of worried because it was the done thing at the time, but it didn't really make sense for me because I didn't have acne, I didn't have discoloration, I didn't have bad texture or anything. Like, literally nothing was wrong with my skin whatsoever. There was no reason for me to be wearing it, and I think that's something that a lot of people aren't discussing that's really important. Like, everyone's just like, oh, like, here's some foundations that I'm testing, here's the best one, here's my favorite, here's the ones I didn't get on with, and people just buy it because they're like, oh, that person looks nice. But it's like, if you don't have anything wrong with your skin, I don't think you should be wearing foundation. I think it causes more harm than it does good if it isn't something you actually need to cover something up right now. But now that I'm in my 30s, I'm starting to notice, like, there isn't too much, nothing that anyone else has noticed. I've even been complimented on how good my skin is by people at conventions. But I am starting to notice like indentation, not like full wrinkles yet, but indentation and stuff. That's starting to bug me a little bit. Like, I generally don't care. I don't wear anything over the top of it yet, but I'm doing a trial run of a tinted moisturizer because I was like, I still really don't feel comfortable going back to full foundation and concealer. I just think it's too heavy for me. But tinted moisturizer seemed like a good idea because it'll just even things out a little bit now that I'm getting older, but it won't cover everything. Like, I want my skin to look like skin. So I only did half my face to see how I would feel about it, and I don't know. I can't decide how I feel about it. I just want to make sure that my natural texture and skin tone and stuff is still there and that it doesn't look like I have foundation on. So I'm still deciding. Jury's out on that one. But yeah, basically you just saw terribly exciting day in my life, just random catch-up video. I think I just wanted to do something relaxed today because of the fact that the last video I did upload was extremely heavy. There was a lot to it. It was kind of emotional for a lot of people who have been involved in it, so it was time to just do kind of something relaxed. But something I loved about the last video that I did is I'm enjoying doing videos on gaming still. I know nobody really cares, the numbers just aren't there to justify doing gaming videos, but it is something I enjoy, so I don't think I'm ever gonna completely take down my gaming content. It just brings me too much happiness. If people watch it, cool. If they don't, it's whatever. It's my channel at the end of the day. But I also want to do things like Welcome Home. Maybe I'll do a whole dedicated video to that because I'm enjoying it so much, because it technically is still a game. It's just an ARG. It's a different form of game. And I think that from now on, I'm just going to mostly be focused on things like the games I'm enjoying and why, and on random internet stuff that's going on that happens to catch my fancy, and that's pretty much it. This is kind of just a sitting down talking like you're on FaceTime with somebody channel. That's what it always has been, and it's probably what it always will be. Will it ever get a ton of views? Will I ever have a ton of subscribers for that? Probably not. But after all, that's not what I started this channel for anyway. I started it because I was bored alone in my house and I wanted somebody to talk to. And that's what it still is, which is pretty cool. Like I said, I mostly just re-upload my gaming content from Twitch because when I'm actively like playing it live, I tend to voice my opinion on the games that I'm playing. So if you want to be a part of that conversation before it's uploaded on here, definitely follow me. Also, let me know if you'd have fun having me do my nightly live streams of gaming content on here rather than on Twitch, because I have obviously a larger audience on my YouTube than I do on my Twitch, and you can stream games here. I just need to know if people will be interested in that or not. But for now, I hope you have a nice weekend and do something that makes you happy today, as long as you're causing harm to no one else, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.